It's election 2000 hate, baby. And some hatred that I want to deal with right now is some hatred that came from Free Republic. Man, I can hardly tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all watching my videos and sharing with all your friends and family. And the spreading of these videos would eventually catch the attention of Free Republic. I believe the video that caught their attention is the one I did for John McCain. They said, hey, your kind of material is exactly the kind of material we need. Well, wow, Zoe, that doesn't sound hateful. True, but here's where the hatred comes in. Y'all, I was invited to Free Republic and banned in the same day because I said this. Now, if anybody thinks that statement sucks, that's fine. I understand. But to ban me for it? So I can make a 10-minute video to help promote John McCain, and I'm in good graces with Free Republic. But let me type out a few words to promote God, and I get banned? One of the Freepers implied that I tried to introduce myself with a grand entrance. Y'all, Free Republic is popular for its political content. Y'all, I began my thread in the religious section, which means I didn't make a grand entrance, y'all. I came in through the side door. Wow, man, these Freepers threw me under the bus like Obama did his grandmama. If I wanted to deal with condescension and dismissive behaviors, I could have gone over to the Huffington Post. It's people like you Freepers who substantiate people's notions when they say that, oh, them liberals and conservatives, man, they're just alike. It's you people who are the biggest detriment to the conservative movement. Unapproachable, judgmental snobs. It's people like you who make the Republican Party look exclusive when the very nature of its ideas are based on inclusion. It's people like you who make it real hard to include the non-white vote and the female vote. You see, the non-whites, the females, and the undecided are reluctant to join the Republican Party because they think that the Republican Party is for rich, privileged, stuffy white males like yourself. That's why I do these videos, y'all, because I am sick of the stuffy impression that these people have made of us. Yo, man, one of the reasons why we honor our troops so much is because they like rather die than to leave a comrade behind. But wow, man, with the Freepers, if you stumble and fall out of the ranks, they're like, leave them. Now, I know there's some brothers in the black community that are rejoicing right now that the white devil in the conservative party is showing their true colors, and I got a chance to see it, and I got the short end of the stick of it. And y'all, I gotta tell you again, I am not a conservative Republican due to any group of people. I get a lot of hatred from the brothers in the black community because they want me to speak out against the white devil. Okay, I'll be glad to. White devil. White devil. Former Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, Democrat Senator Robert Byrd. White devil. Hey, look, it's the first black white devil. You know that's a white devil right there. That face is long enough to reach the underworld. Ooh, look, it's Matt Damon. What was that movie he did? The White Devil Supremacy? Hey, look, it's the white devil Charlize Theron and her white devil mini-me, Scarlett Johansson. I smell white devil, and it smells like bacon. I don't care if y'all like the smell of bacon, man. I don't dig on swine, which means I definitely don't dig on this dude right here. Do you ever wonder why these white devils are so down on religion and especially want to get rid of Christianity? Because they're white devils. There, you feel better? I know I do, and you're right. It felt great to speak out against them white devils. They say I don't say enough positive stuff about black folks. Okay. The Standard. Colin Powell, worthy of the presidency. The master of getting people to laugh at themselves. Bill Cosby, because when this brother speaks, you don't have to worry about what your kid's going to hear. You worry about if they don't hear what he said. Angela McGlowan. That's an elegant and dignified woman right there. Former Lieutenant Governor Michael Steele, worthy of the presidency. Because he made Christ more important than Hollywood. I had the honor of sitting at the same table and breaking bread with this hero, man. Dr. Condoleezza Rice, worthy of the presidency. Because they love and thank God in America for America and God loving them. Ambassador Dr. Alan Keyes, worthy of the presidency. Star Parker, y'all. Hey, listen. Don't wait for Oprah to go plug her book. If Star Parker wrote it, hey, give it a read. Justice Clarence Thomas, who sits on the highest court in the land, baby. Former Congressman J.C. Watts, worthy of the presidency. Alicia Keys, a woman who shows that you can have your cake and eat it too. She is as talented as she is beautiful. That's a fine woman right there, y'all. That's about the finest woman to ever glow on any screen. What? Baby, I'm just trying to make a point. Oh, no, don't give me the evil eye. Don't give me the evil eye. Ow! You got people in the black community who use the N-word as if they get a $10 check every time they say it. People who always want to bring up what the Ku Klux Klan did in the generations before. You got people in the black community who constantly use the N-word, especially against people like me, along with Uncle Tom and stuff. Y'all hate the Klan so much, yet you speak their language. You know, when the Klan will be gathered around a brother hanging from a tree, what do you think are some of the last words that brother heard? I don't know, maybe something along the lines of, look at that nigger kick. Kick, nigger, kick! And you got these people in the black community who insist on continuing to use the language of bigoted maniacs. And I'm the self-loathing Uncle Tom. I've got too much respect for the ones who died helpless, alone, and terrified. I got people in the black community constantly telling me, man, these white folks don't really like you. They're faking it. They really don't like you. Now let me tell you something. If white people don't like me, they'll tell me. Look at my post. There is plenty of white folks on there trying to talk some head to me. Why is it that with you that the only time something is real is when it's negative? Negativity is not the affirmation of reality. In order for there to be reality, there has to be positive and negative. I got black people saying you white folks can have that Uncle Tom. We field niggas don't want him anyway. Field niggas. An admission that their minds are still in the fields, someplace that they have never been. That's like some bigot trying to tell me, hey boy, you need to go back to Africa. Man, how am I going to go back to where I've never been? They maintain a slave mindset without ever knowing what it was like to be one. And these people vote Democrat. Now, I know that there's some white people out there who are saying, hey, it's okay for him to use the N-word. How come it's not okay for us to say it? Well, white people, let me ask you something. Do you think it's stupid that other black people call each other that? I know I do. And if you agree that it's stupid, why would you want to partake in something stupid? Reluctantly, I use the word for illustrative purposes, okay? You got black children who are failing in education. Not because they can't learn, but because they're afraid of being accused of being white if they try to get straight A's. You got some people in the black community who are mad at me because I'm not voting for Barack Obama. Y'all, I ain't voting for Barack Obama not because I don't want to see another brother get ahead. I'm not voting for Barack Obama because he's a Marxist liberal Democrat. I don't vote Democrat. I don't support socialism and communism. The Nazis of Germany employed socialism for their economy, y'all. And you know what? Adolf Hitler supported abortion too because he wanted to make sure that there was nothing tainting his superior white race. Obama is of the Democrat Party, the party that enacted the bigoted Jim Crow laws. Obama is of the Democrat Party, the party that founded the Ku Klux Klan. The KKK were founded to be a terrorist fraternity against the abolitionist Republicans, as well as the blacks they advocated for. Hey, remember during the last election year when they were trying to run that ass hand that if you elect a Republican president, a black church is going to burn, and then they showed that footage of people getting fire hose sprayed in the streets? Well, hey, that sheriff that was out there who was overseeing that event, that was Bull Connor, and Bull Connor was a Democrat. The Democrat Party has made the father unimportant, especially in the black community. When a young sister gets knocked up, she can always go down to Planned Parenthood, who will be really happy to see her, by the way. Or she will most likely end up raising that child on her own, and that child will be raised to believe either one, it's not important to have a dad, and you know what? It's not important to be one. Thus the cycle will continue. That child will grow up, most likely get a girl knocked up, and leave her too. Now, if y'all have listened to what I had to say, you would understand that me not voting for Obama doesn't have much to do with Obama. It's the party he's aligned with. It ain't because I don't want to see a brother get ahead. The Democrat Party that has stood in the way of our prosperity. The Democrat Party that has constantly stuck their foot out to trip George Bush and then accuse him of failure. The Democrats that are complaining that this war is taking too long are the very ones responsible for the war taking as long as it is. Because they won't shut up, get out of the way, and let our troops fight. If they would do that, they would come home sooner and more of them would come home alive. Y'all want to know the truth about the Democrats' involvement in the war? Yo, I highly recommend that you go visit Bob Parks of Black and Right. Brother Parks will give you a solid account of what went down with the Democrat Party during that time and how they flipped the script when George Bush became president. See, y'all put more energy into hating us than to actually knowing us. I saw this episode of Dave Chappelle where he goes with John Mayer into this really ritzy restaurant, right? And supposedly it's filled with Bush voters. So Dave wants to run an experiment. So he tells John, hey, play a hardcore punk riff and I'll bet we can get these Bush voters all excited. Why would this excite Republicans? Punk rockers, by and large, hate George Bush and especially have always hated Republicans. Yeah, Bush voters are going to get excited by music written by people who hate them. Number 2, ritzy restaurant? Come on, man. We conservatives like In-N-Out Burger. We like a backyard barbecue, a front yard barbecue, or a yard sale barbecue. That's how we gets down. It's these liberals that like to go to these expensive European-style restaurants where you pay $100 to get a plate with a square tofu on it and a snail marinated in some weird fruit sauce. That's liberals. That ain't us.